Well, I knew I was going to end up making this type of video. I just didn't exactly know when. For the last almost 4 years straight, I've been making content for Vigor, and I've been trying my best to promote it and support it in every way I possibly could. I stream it daily and I make constant videos for YouTube. I've participated in tournaments and I've ran my own tournaments. I did giveaways, I helped manage the community, I spoke with nearly every single developer on the team through group discussion or through private discussion. I've grown to know this game, its community, and the development team pretty much inside and out in ways that I really never thought that I would. I started this channel and this community based around playing Vigor and the fact that I saw its potential. And I saw how passionate everyone was to support it and see it grow, even though it was such a small game and dev team with many flaws. Earlier this week, I had to end my partnership with Vigor in probably the saddest way I could have imagined. And I want to take this time to explain myself to you as viewers, as well as the developers watching. I don't want to just ramble or talk in circles, I just want to hit you with the facts. I've been bringing evidence to the devs about a certain cheater and even a handful of cheaters who have not only been caught cheating, but literally exploiting the game in every way possible. And even some of these people were admitting publicly in some cases that they were cheating or modding or exploiting. And all of this evidence has been brought forth by myself, other partners, and many others in the community for over a year. Well, this time when I brought attention to it, I tried to be cordial, even though I was honestly fed up with the lack of action so far. And I asked them to personally take action. I personally asked them to take action against these cheaters with all of the evidence at hand, right? And even supplied a screenshot of another public post asking for this person to be banned or stash wiped, and even had over 13 likes on it. So I screenshot that, I put it in the Discord, and even had 6 other partners agree with that. And to me, this was kind of like the community and the partners serving up this opportunity on a silver platter for the devs to prove to the community that they meant what they said about the cheaters, the modders, and the exploiters not being welcome. Because I mean, if you ban somebody who publicly admits that they're a cheater, I mean, it would show just that, right? That they're not welcome. It would be just that easy, right? After saying all of this, could you guess what happened? I was met with a fantastic response, and I'm going to quote it for you. "We understand that a lot of people don't like such players. Feel free to send us actual clips of them holding the Cronus, which 100% proves they are cheating, so we can properly take action." What? And don't worry, I'm going to comment on that here in a second, but I just thought that the icing on the cake was after that ridiculously petty and absurd comment, they followed it up with, and I quote, "The situation is definitely undesirable. It would be understandable if you would like to take a break if it's getting to be a bit too much." So I'm going to talk about that first response, but then I'm going to step over and I'm going to talk about that second response. Now, first, the fact that you asked me to produce a clip of them physically holding whatever mods or exploits they are using is absolutely laughable. And I mean that seriously. If you guys would have told me it was a joke and you guys actually didn't sell it so hard, I would have believed you. But they were serious. And it's what do you want me to do? You want me to hit them up in the DMs and be like, "Hey, could you strike a pose for me real quick with your Cronus?" What am I supposed to do? They're just going to hit me back in the DMs no, that's not what. And so I'm just really confused. And that was an actual thing they asked me to do. And of course, to that, I responded with, "Give me a break." As in, there's no way you just asked me to do that. Especially not with all of the evidence we've already given you. What? So not only did you just tell one of your top creators and supporters that you don't value their input unless they offer you some sort of ridiculous proof, but you just slapped every other partner and community member who's brought evidence forth right in the mouth. You just literally just slapped them all right in the mouth. And then not only that, but after seeing others in the partnership actively voicing their support in that thread, you told us to take a break if it's getting to be a bit too much? Embarrassing. Embarrassing. In an absolutely terrible way to treat the people who have tried their best to make sure whoever laid eyes on your game saw it in the best light possible. I absolutely love this game, and I love this community. It's literally been my greatest achievement in life so far. But I cannot continue a partnership with a company that I feel no longer shares the same values as I do. I feel like the way the community manager handled this situation was awful. And if you've seen some of my past videos, you know it wasn't the first time by far that I've had issues with this community manager. This time was just the straw that broke the fox's back. I cannot support someone who took what I had to say and not only responded so disrespectfully, but they also spun it into a mental health issue about how I should take a break. And then you started patting yourself on the back like you're such a big mental health advocate. Like, we need some F's in the chat, y'all. We need some F's in the chat, because to make it even better, before I could wake up the next day and write to them my formal termination and explanation, also maybe say bye to the people that I've worked with for 4 years so closely, like all the other partners, all the other devs that I've made friendships with. Before I could do any of that, they banned me from the partner Discord. They stripped me of my partner title, etc. in game. And I wasn't even allowed to say hi to people in the dev stream because my chats were deleted before they posted. The same company that takes a million years to add any type of change or update to Vigor took less than 6 hours to strip me of everything partner related, in-game or out. I'm honestly really hurt. I'm honestly really hurt. And I know I could have potentially handled myself a little bit better. But as I said, this wasn't about one thing or one incident. It's a lot of things compiled, and I just can't, for the respect of myself and the community that I've built, continue my partnership with Vigor. And that is why it ended. And I've said this many times already, but I'm going to say it once more for good measure. I love this game and its community. I have the utmost respect for the developers of Vigor, like Sweet, Flexar, Johanny, the developers. And of course, that's just to name a few, but I will forever cherish the memories and experiences we shared trying to make this game and community the best it could be. And I mean, also, I still do technically have some unfinished business in the Outlands that I got to finish up before we fully roll the credits on Vigor. So I'd say I'll probably still be playing for another month or so off and on stream, but I will be slowly phasing Vigor out of my content cycle as we look for bigger and better things. To be honest, I don't know exactly what's next for the Dent, but I do know that as long as I still have the support of Miss Fox and all of you watching, I've got nothing to worry about. Thank you, Outlanders, for everything over the last 4 years. Foxy out.